All right, I'm not even memeing you guys. Amazon just posted this video on Twitter, which they deleted, which is called the AmaZen, which is essentially a phone booth that they installed in warehouses for you to take a break or have some mindfulness or listen to some calming sounds. And by the way, they're not cheap. This little box right here is like 10 grand. They have these in other open offices where you can go have some privacy. I mean, at least this one has like something on the door, but most of these little phone booths have clear doors, so you don't really have any privacy at all. Anyways, here is the video. We'll watch that real quick.
With AmaZen, I wanted to provide a place that's quiet that people could go and focus on their mental and emotional well-being. The Zen booth
is an interactive kiosk where you can navigate through a library of mental health and mindful practices
to recharge that internal battery.
Amazon warehouses are notorious for not letting their employees have almost any breaks, so it's silly and it seems to be virtue signaling. How are they going to use it? They don't ever have any time to go use it. And the second question you should ask yourself is, if you work at a workplace that has a little phone suicide booth just for your mental health and well-being, do you really want to be working there? Are you literally about to break down so you have to run inside this phone booth, which in turn you'll get yelled at for actually using by your boss because you weren't allowed to take that break? Absolutely insane. This is the lady that invented it. I pulled her up on LinkedIn. We'll look at that too. It's a mess. So you walk in, little paper, little brochure. On the top of the booth, there's like this little blue painted sky. This is so dystopian. A little fan in there for you. Got your little Zen plants, your air plants, I guess is what they're called. They can't even afford a nice monitor. It's an interactive kiosk where you can navigate through interactive sound clips. So you just listen to the ocean and relax. Then go back out into the screeching warehouse where all the little robots are beep, beep, merp, merp. Can you imagine being this person and being proud of this invention? Instead of solving the actual issues of our employees' mental health, I've decided to give them a booth, which they'll get yelled at for using, but hey, it makes us look good on the internet. Except it doesn't, because you guys deleted the video. The memes for this are on another level, though. I don't know if you guys watch Futurama, but when I saw this booth, this was the first thing that I thought of in my head. Here's another video, the audio overlay. This one got me good.
With AmaZen, I wanted to provide a place that's quiet that people could go and focus on their mental and emotional well-being.
The Zen booth is an interactive kiosk where you can navigate through a library of mental health and mindful practices
to recharge that internal battery.
Battery, because they assume you actually have batteries because Amazon thinks that humans are essentially bio-robots. They would probably actually be like, okay, now where do you have your battery installed? Oh, dang it, Jeff. They're not completely robots yet. Another thing that Amazon has been roasted for is that the drivers there have said that they have to go to the bathroom in bottles because they're not given enough time to actually go to the bathroom while they drive, or they get punished for it. Paying workers $15 an hour doesn't make you a progressive workplace when you union bust and make workers urinate in water bottles. Amazon responded and said, "You don't really believe the peeing in bottles thing, do you? If that were true, nobody would work for us. The truth is that we have over 1 million incredible employees around the world who are proud of what they do and have great wages and healthcare from day one." So up here is the picture from a driver. Those are his bottles that he had to use there. Vice confirmed that in fact it was a driver. There also is a dedicated subreddit called Amazon DSPD Drivers. I've had to use a Clorox white bottle before. I had to use a Chick-fil-A cup the other day. So obviously Amazon denies this and said, "You don't believe that, right?" And then Amazon apologizes and admits that they actually had to do that. First, the tweet was incorrect. It did not contemplate our large driver population and instead wrongly focused only on our fulfillment centers. A typical Amazon fulfillment center has dozens of restrooms and employees are able to step away from the workstation at any time. I think all the people that work at Amazon that watch this channel know that you're not really allowed to do that. Like, you're free to go home at any time, right? Just go to your car and drive home. If any employee in a fulfillment center has a different experience, we encourage them to speak to their manager and we'll work to fix it. As we all know, that's bait. Anytime a company encourages you to talk to your manager about your problems or HR about your problems, they're just going to use those against you and mark you off as an unhappy employee and start looking for reasons to fire you ASAP. We know that drivers can and do have trouble finding restrooms because of traffic or sometimes rural routes, and this has been especially the case during COVID when many public restrooms have been closed. So this is them kind of acknowledging that drivers have had to actually use bottles before. This is a long-standing industry-wide issue and is not specific to Amazon. So they got a scapegoat there and be like, it's not just us. Everyone else has to do this too. Here's some more comments from Reddit. Wait, they're implying they give us enough time to drive to a bathroom? They don't even factor in our mandatory 30-minute lunch breaks, and now they're out here on social media gaslighting us on using bottles? Well, Amazon doesn't make us use the bottles, but they certainly don't give us much choice. I had to use a coffee cup on shift a couple times. Like, this is so incredibly sad. Imagine working in a place where this is deemed necessary. Do I go there before or after a manager who never worked in a warehouse sets my target at 200% of what's humanly possible? You go in there to pee in a bottle, I think. No time for that. The bottle is on your person, in your pocket. You do it while working. You need to stay efficient, okay? Let's go to LinkedIn. So this is Leila Brown, whatever. So she's a program manager at Amazon, subject matter expert on musculoskeletal disorders in the industrial setting. Let's go look at some of the comments. So
With AmaZen, I wanted to provide a
with AmaZen, that's what you sound like. You can see all these corporate simps in the comments. This is a very innovating concept. This is a terrible concept. Shouldn't you ask yourself the question, why do you need this? I think it's important to take a step back and reflect whenever a chance is given. I will defiantly learn to spell, Tony. Look further into this and recommend this be installed at my site. Simp. That's actually a pretty creative way to support with mental health. No, it's not. You're not addressing the core issues, Amazon. This is a great incentive. Adam Frost, student at RMIT University. Adam, you are gonna make a great employee. Let me just tell you that. Nice to use during your 15-second break. Yep. The memes are real and they're so good. The idea is good. Mario, shut up. I'm not even gonna read the rest of that. Talk about having a mentor. Ryan, stop simping. I'm not sold on the whole booth thing, but I love that the company is taking an interest in employee mental health. Make it look like you care without actually caring. Corporations, CEOs, all in a nutshell. Wait, did I just see my name there? Douglas, you're right. You are right, Douglas. Shout out to Douglas, fam. Mark, Arif, I see you. Shout out. Looks really small, hard to relax in a 1x1 box. What about people that have claustrophobia problems? And that's the only place they can go to wind down for a second and breathe is into a friggin' coffin. It's an employee coffin. What a great idea. Licensed clinical social worker. How you licensed? You think this is an actually great idea? For real? Somebody gave you a license? What else? What else we got here? Back to normal. Back to peeing in bottles. That's right. Play that inspirational.
Remember when you
music.
graded the team like this?
Oh yeah. Remember shaking hands.
Remember when you celebrated like this?
Celebrated
and
what?
signed off with
Jeff Bezos just made another $14 billion. What are you guys celebrating?
Smile. This was how it was. And it can be like this again.
Wow.
But first, we have to lead. We have to make sure everyone in our community is safe.
Work hard, have fun, make history. I will never run out of positive things to say about Amazon, which is where I work. Obviously, I want to look really good on LinkedIn. Like, I will just bow down to my corporate overlords. So when they inevitably let me go because Bezos realizes I'm not a robot, I'll look good for some other company that still wants to use human labor. That's what this says. Good job, Danielle. Woo! Little pat on the back, or you probably prefer a sticker or something. Be my guess. This is great. This is fantastic. Anyways, guys, that's all I got for you today for the AmaZen booth. If you enjoyed it, I mean, you probably don't enjoy it, let's be honest, but like the video so it gets, views, visibility. Subscribe if you want to see more of me roasting corporate nonsense, since I know you can't say anything because you'll probably get fired, but nobody's going to hire me again, so hey, you're not worried about it. If you'd like to support the channel, there's some links down in the description below. Yeah, share the video so other people know about this nonsense. See you guys in the next one.